by President William Ruto. But we'll be getting back to Winfrey in a few. Let's head to Jeff Kirui, who is at the Opoda farm, where the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga will be interred. Jeff, good morning. I hope you're well. Talk to us about the last-minute preparations ahead of the interment of the late former Prime Minister.
Good morning, Ashley. Actually, currently I'm at the Kang'o Ka Jaramogi in Nyamira. This is the homestead of the first Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, Jaramogi Odinga. This is where he was buried. Right behind me, this is the graveyard. Remember, the burial will be happening at Kang'o Ka Jaramogi. That is Jaramogi Odinga's homestead, not Opoda farm, Raila Odinga's homestead. So the procession will be coming from the Opoda farm, that is where Raila Odinga lives, to the Jaramogi Odinga University of Science and Technology for the service. There, after that, now this is where they will proceed. The procession will be making their way to this area, Kang'o Ka Jaramogi, and this is the graveyard. He will be buried next to his father as per the wishes in his will. Remember, there was a bit of confusion surrounding where exactly he is going to be buried. And we had been told that in his will, he had said that he wants to be buried next to the mother, Mary Ajuma. But that has since been clarified by Dr. Oburu Odinga, who is the elder brother and the family spokesperson, saying that Raila Odinga in his will said he wants to be buried where his father and his mother were buried, and this is exactly where they were buried. Behind this building is where the graveyard for the family members is. This is where the mother was buried, just behind this building, and that is where Fidel Odinga, the son to the late Raila Odinga, was also buried. But just to take you the preparations ongoing here, already security has been deployed, contingent of police officers from the administration police, from the general service unit. They are the ones actually who've taken charge of this homestead, considering that this is now a state event. The government has fully taken control of the place, but for some who will make their way here, there is a screen that has been installed on the right side, on my left side. This is where the few members who will not make it to the graveyard will get an opportunity to pay their last respects and watch the proceedings as they happen live from the Kang'o Ka Jaramogi homestead, where the burial ceremony will be happening. Of course, we also understand that this will be a private session. It will be a private event. Only limited number of guests will be allowed here. So as the day progresses, there is a possibility that the police officers who've been deployed will be clearing the venue for only guests who will be permitted to come to this place. Because when we were coming in, at the time that we were coming in, the person who was manning the gate informed us that they have been given strict instructions that from 7 in the morning, they will not be allowing anybody to come in unless there are strict and direct confirmation from the person who's been given that opportunity. And you can see, even at the gate there, the GSU officer is already actually taking over to ensure that whoever is coming in has the authority of the family as well as the organizers to come to this place. This is not a very big compound, so if they were to allow everybody to come here, it perhaps could make even accessing the site quite difficult. But yesterday they had an overnight vigil at the homestead, and I know at the background you can still hear music. There is a live band here, there is Nyatiti. They have celebrated the life of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga all night. Bonfire lit, candles lit, and you can see right now there is even music still ongoing here, even as the body of Raila Odinga awaits to be transported from his Opoda farm to Jaramogi Odinga University of Science and Technology, where the service will be happening. But that's what is happening at the homestead. This is where Raila Odinga will be buried. This is where all the family members of the late Jaramogi Odinga have been buried. Those who've left us have been buried at this homestead. And this is also where the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga will be buried. This is what is happening currently here. These are the people who came here. They've spent the night here. They were here yesterday from 3, we understand from 3 p.m. The moment the body of Raila Odinga was there, lifted from the Jomo Kenyatta stadium in Mamboleo after the public viewing exercise. So some of them spent the night here to pay their last respect. This is the only opportunity they have to say goodbye to a leader, a father figure, a person they've considered a political father figure for the last more than 45 years when Raila Odinga has been in the political scene. Remember, Raila Odinga began his politics as an activist in 1982, at that time fighting for the multi-party democracy, and it was until 1992 general election when he went full swing to contest for the Langata constituency, Langata parliamentary seat, where he won and served until 2013, when of course it started now venturing until 1997, rather. In 1997, Raila Odinga contested for his first time as presidential candidate, and at that time, of course, there was that fallout between him and the late retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. These are some of the people actually who were here yesterday at 3 p.m. and you can see what is happening here. There was a bonfire. They have been celebrating here since yesterday. Some of them are actually sleeping on the mat here after a long night, getting an opportunity just to rest before the big day begins. Ashley.
Thank you so much, Jeff Kirui, for that update. We'll be getting back to you in a few. That is Jeff Kirui reporting from Kang'o Ka Jaramogi, the homestead, and where the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga will be buried later today. Let's just recap how we got to this point. We go back to 72